Hey, happy Friday, everybody. It's Paulo Brantz with this weekend and interest rates. Remember, we're going to break this market update into three sections. The first is what happened this week, kind of recast or, just kind of or summarize what happened this week to interest rates. We're going to talk about next week in interest rates. And then also what we're going to do is we're going to give away something each week to make it really interesting for you, whether it be giving away free appraisals, lower closing costs. Sometimes we're going to have a little bit break on interest rate. I have a great one for you this week, especially in light of what's going on with interest rates. Let's talk a little bit about interest rates here. So this week was a very radical week. As the great Ron Burgundy said, man, that escalated quickly. Rates, for the most part, are up by about 0.5% here. And so what really happened, and by the way, this is in spite of CPI, which is a measurement of inflation, coming in very positive news for mortgage bonds because, inflation is the kryptonite 30-year fixed rates. Inflation's, seemingly coming down. Why did rates dramatically increase? Well, if you saw my video regarding Monday, that's really the basis of it. Let me just summarize what happened here. Is there was news that went out that which is funny. In fact, it did happen that they were going to pause tariffs for 90 days, except for China. The market reacted very positive to that. 30 minutes later, they come out and say, no, just kidding. That's fake news. And what happened was the market collapsed by $2.5 trillion, which created a margin call. So these investors needed to come up with this money right away. Where'd they get that money? Well, they got it from mortgage bonds. They got it from treasuries. And so it went from there to there. And what happens when that does is that the mortgage bond prices go down and interest rates skyrocket. So that's what we're seeing happen this week. Now, the silver lining is it's still under 7%. Just hang in there with me. I'm going to make it better for you. So rates are still good, but we want to make sure that if you're looking for houses or thinking of refinancing, that you know exactly what's going on with interest rates. By the way, speaking of interest rates, refinancing, I'm telling you, you need that target rate because you never know when we're going to hit this bottom, and this may not come back down. I think it will, but it's always better to save money than it is to hope for a lower rate and not save anything. Okay, so there's that piece. What else? Tariffs. One thing that I did want to mention about tariffs that's in the booklet here that I have attached is that, truly anything above 50%, it might as well be a kajillion tariff on somebody. Anything above 50% is going to really discourage or limit any type of trade activity with that country, simply because it becomes cheaper to either manufacture it here or at the said country than it is to export. So something to really keep in mind as we're watching this stuff go back and forth with percentages and stuff like that. It's really interesting if you break down those numbers. It's in that booklet. I think you're going to like it. All right. So what's going on next week? So we have a few things happening next week. Number one, we have retail sales report coming out. This is important because this is going to tell the market what you and I think of what's happening. If we are buying more and creating, and buying more, that's inflationary pressures, and that can put an upward pressure on interest rates. Now, if we're showing that our spending's weak, that could be very bond-friendly news. We have some Fed speakers coming out all week. The market is going to pay attention to what they're saying about future interest rate cuts. Because remember, if they're going to cut the interest rates, that implies inflation is coming down. And then tariff and global headlines. It could be the same thing next week. Just hang in there. It's very volatile right now. But I will promise you this, we will get through it. And we will see brighter days with interest rates. And I'm not worried about it at all. And either should you be. So if you have any questions, give me a call. Now, what's this week's giveaway? This week, between now and next Friday, when I do my next market update, we are going to give a tremendous purchase special. It is not listed in the rates that I have there in the emails or in the social media in the comments description. We have a purchase special that we're going to give, and this could be up to 0.25% lower in interest rate for some scenarios. Remember, because you have different credit scores and stuff like that. We want to take on half that burden that you're taking on. Let's team up together. Let's get your family into a home. Let's do it affordably. And let's make this happen for you. If I can do anything for you, feel free to reach out. Paulo Brantz, Clear to Close Brokers. Have a great weekend. Take care of everybody. Bye now. Sometimes it's hard finding the stop recording.